Hi everyone, and welcome to another rigging video of mine. I just wanted to showcase this new rig that I've made of my Amazon warrior woman here. And yeah, it's a bit like my other rigs, although this is probably the most advanced rig that I've made so far, and I really like it, to say the least. The arms are FKIK and so are the legs, so you can easily switch between that and it will still work. And then I have added a squashy torso and stretchy too, and you can choose how much the different parts will squash and stretch. And I've also done so that when you twist your body, the body will be twisted differently, and you can change some dynamics settings, or if you want to, about how the twisting will occur. And then I've also added dynamic breast, and you can change the breast stiffness, and on each individual breast you can change how much they are going to be affected, how much they're going to auto translate using that. Alright, so let's go into the rigging. Another thing I just wanted to showcase here was that my facial rig was has been done kind of differently. I wanted to have all of my facial stuff on there, so you can do your facial animations while looking on the face instead of going over here and doing everything. So that's another thing I did, and it's blend shade driven with a few joints set up, so you can do some basic manipulation that way. So yeah, let's start with the face. A face I've done different, as I just said to you, than last time. I've also added fleshy eyes, so that if I move, you see the eyes will be fleshy and they will be affected for when you look somewhere. That's pretty smart, right? And I've also added, as you saw the other time, a smart blink system, so you can blink and you can like choose how much they are being blinked. Alright, let's go back and just set this back here. Then I've also added, as last time, this control here, so you can move it around, and no matter how far I put this out, it's gonna stay on, you know, on the eyes. That's that sort of thing. Now, the different part about this rig and the other one is that it's blend chip driven. I haven't worked a lot with this, but you get the idea. So basically, if I move this up, you see there is cheek, a change in the cheek there. If I take this, it's gonna change the mouth, kinda, you know, using blend shapes. So I can do like this, and I could take this, say, hey, this will move the lips this way. And the cool thing is that if you don't like the exact results you get, you may want to have this come a bit more up. Could always take this, but it's not giving the result that you want. You can take these individual ones and push them around as you want to. Maybe you want the lip to go in under her lip, so like she's biting the lip, right? You can do that really easily. And the same thing up here. If I take this, it's gonna move it in, and we can like do some simple animation with that. Same up here. It's gonna drive the, you know, the eyebrows basically, and so this is gonna give you the middle part there, and of course the outer part. It worked great. Yeah, for the arms they were FKIK, and you can see you can easily blend between those two. It's really simple. I have these clavicle ones here, so you can like, I want her to be like And the cool thing is that every control is inverted, kind of, you know, scaled in the right axis, so you can move them together and they will do exactly the same thing. So she does like that, and she also has this possibility that if you let me just go back to 0 here, so I have better control over it. If I go back, you will see her shoulder blades kind of squish together. You see, they squish together when you go in there, and these are done with corrective bones. so it's less of the system to read, you know. All right. So the arms is just basic this. One thing that's cool about the arms, there is this counter twist system that I've added. So if I rotate, let's say this arm, this upper part here is not gonna rotate at all. If I go over the limit here, you can see at some point it's gonna flip. I have added this control here. You see right now it says 97. I want it to be 100, so it doesn't flip. Done, and that's fixed. Now her arm can be as I want it to, and I can even go in and do some rotation myself if I want to, you know, go back, or if that's what I want, go in and offset it. Yeah, and of course it works as you would want. The same thing works with the hand. If I try to do this, it's also gonna twist the hand. So I can, you see, this is not something that people would do, but they are able to. For each finger there is a well, there is a control here, so we can go in and control the different parts of the fingers. You know, we can go in and oh yeah, and we can control every part like that. So let's go back. So everything is zeroed out. All right. So that's a counter twist system, and it also has the same thing on the legs. So if I try to twist this, it's gonna keep the volume up here. All right. So let's go to the squash and stretch system real fast. As you can see, we can easily squash and stretch her, and she will try to maintain some volume because there is some corrective joints in there that's gonna try to do it as much as it can. And if I try to do, let's do like this, they will also try to maintain her volume instead of just squishing in. And as you can see, the eyes will not follow, but that's just part of it. And these right here, they are controlling. I'm just gonna hide those because they really don't do anything except for being these you know, these yeah, these eyebrows, they are basically their blend shapes, so they will follow along with everything. All right, let's go back to 0. Let's just do this again. Whoop! You see, it works great. Let's go back to 0. Boom, and the same thing up here. It's gonna be 0 and 0. Done. Let's go to the face, and you can see we can easily go in and twist the face if we want to. Move it around, move it up, move it down, and it keeps volume pretty good. Yeah, and we can go in and, of course, we can open the mouth. That's one thing I forgot to say. We can open the mouth easily. Hey, and it can be opened quite a lot actually. The skin is pretty okay on this one. So we can do some hey expression, that kind of thing. And then let's look at the breast controls. This one here will do the outer part, you know, the nipple part kind of. And this one in here will do basically all of the breast thing. And that corresponds really well with the dynamic breast system that you can read out here. So if we take this and we let's do keyframe here. Let's go to 10 and just move it up. Keyframe it again. Go to 20 and go down, something like this. You see right now it's flipping out just because the dynamic breast system is actually doing something. But as you can see, the dynamic breast will have an impact, and I can go in and change the different parts about that if I want to. Let's go back to 0. Okay, so for the legs and the arms, there is also the IK system. So let's turn that on real quick. So this is of course, the normal IK system. As you can see, it does what it needs to do, and we can go in and take this and we can offset the arm if that's what we want to do. The same thing goes for the leg, except for the legs, it also changes a lot of things on the feet, because here you see it's a normal thing with the feet. You can go in and do that in FK mode if that's what you want to. But if I change this to an IK, boom, you see it's works like a normal IK. Nothing there. The controller out here will follow, so it will never flip. The leg will never do unexpected flipping. This can also be offset using this, you know, it will follow along with the rotation, but you can get and offset it even further, so that's pretty smart. Let's go back to 0, and I'm gonna show you another cool thing. It is the smart foot roll system here, which basically lets me do some great foot roll system. You know, it does what it needs to. It rolls the foot, and I can go in and say, hey, I actually want, let's go back. I actually want to bend the limb angle here to raise a bit, so it will be seated more on it at different parts. You can see right now it's going over the thing that it should. So we'll take this a bit back here. You see, it will have this more. Have this effect where you can go more up before it lets go off the ground and becomes into a straight foot. Of course, you can go in and do everything you want to as before. You can go in and we can, of course, stretch here. Woo. That's pretty much. We can go in here if we want to and do some offsetting on this part. And of course we can say the squashy will be off, so we don't expect any squashing part. She doesn't squash right now. She can't really squash or stretch, no matter how much I try. See, and that's kind of the rig, really. There's not much more to say about it. It's great. It works really well, and yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. So thank you for watching this character video here that I did, and I hope you liked it. Yeah, that's and of course, before I go, I have this global move thing where we can go in and we can, of course, scale her up if we want to, and we can scale her down if we want to. Yeah, all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching it. Yeah, bye.